It's 41 days in, and I'm pretty sure this is the first time I've woken up with no one around. Even from day one, I had Codsworth buzzing around me, and since then, I've always had either a companion or even an entire settlement around me. And this was really what I intended for the run. I expected my rule set to be a lot more onerous than it wound up being, and if I were to start it again, which I am not going to do, 101 levels in, but if I were to start it again, I would take out the allowance to store junk at settlements. I think I think that would have forced me to play out of my backpack a lot more strictly, and it could have made it a bit better. But there's no way I could have known that without getting this far. And indeed, I thought that these okay, that's creepy. I thought this rule set was going to be a lot more difficult than it wound up being. Brawler. Okay, well, no, we don't want to shoot the leg. Although I'm pretty sure one round's gonna. Yep, one round's gonna do this guy in. It's a shame that it took me 101 levels to get to the point to get to this realization, but here we are, and I'm definitely gonna. Oh, glowing fungus. I'm definitely gonna finish it up as is. Ooh, whiskey. What do we have here? Let's break out the close range punchy. Well, you're friendly, but let's make sure there isn't a surprise waiting for me. Nope. Well, not that I can
You
see.
finding your way around, sweetie?
Ooh, okay, so there's some iffy recording there.
You ain't have the look of a local young lady. Think you could help a sick woman get on the mend?
You're sick? What's the matter?
Reckon it's the orange fever. I do feel light in my head.
Okay, we'll use our medic skill. I didn't know we had a medic skill. Well, let's find out. Okay, so that leads to a second choice option with no response. You're faking. We both know it.
Well, oh, fine. Maybe you're no hog's fool, but I reckon we both come out better if you can help me cook up some tonic.
Tell me about it.
Secret family technique. Been so for generations. Help me brew some up by gathering ingredients. I'll share the batch to make it worth your while and sweeten the deal with 300 caps.
What do we need?
This and that. Let me know when you want to work out the details.
Well, I mean, I did ask the question. A spoonful of whiskey. Um, yeah. So I've been seeing ingredients like that all over the map, and I haven't been picking them up. And by my rule set, I can't go back and pick them up. So that sounds like it would be incredibly difficult to do it. Yeah, we're not going to do this.
I suppose you'd know how to see to that, wouldn't you?
Asked her about fixing her still. I can fix it for 200 caps.
I reckon you've got a deal, sweetie. But I'd better notice a difference in the tonic.
Oh, it's this big thing here in the corner. Chemist 2. Do I have Chemist 2? I do not have Chemist. So I don't know why I told her I could fix it.
You finding your way around, sweetie?
Yeah, sorry, it doesn't look like we're going to be doing anything with you. So it looks like we'll be jumping straight back to the main quest before we get up to anything else. I don't think it's likely we're going to be finishing her quest. Let's see. Bridges are usually guarded, but not this one. Probably a bunch of mines, but I shouldn't be setting them off. You guys have any? Oh, you have whiskey. There's first aid boxes all over the place around here, eh? Although I think the idea is this is supposed to be a lot more difficult than it's actually panning out to be. Although it's easily the most difficult. Ooh. The most difficult area I've come across in quite some time.
There you is.
Yeah, he didn't even scratch me. Human flesh. Oh, dude. How did I miss you? Oh, I bet these guys. I bet the spawn location for these guys is coming towards the bridge from the other side. Okay, I'm going to take this guy out with the Guardian. Or not, apparently. Where was our legendary? Give me something good. Automatic laser musket. How does that work? Is it normal for laser muskets to have an automatic feature? How does that actually stack up? Short automatic laser. So I do have fusion cells. It's a slow fire rate. I'm gonna have to find a weapons bench and see what that could potentially do before I drop it. I don't think I've ever seen anything like an automatic laser musket. I was hoping I'd find a bit more of a store, although as memory serves, this here might actually be a store. Man, the nostalgia is just pouring in as I look at this place. Go ahead and put my gun away. Ah,
We don't get a lot of new folks in here.
I bet.
Hi.
Well, hello there. Welcome to, uh, welcome to Haley's Hardware, where we have hardware.
Something wrong?
No, not at all. I'm just not used to people all the way out here. My usual customers, well, I usually smell 'em before I see 'em.
How long have you had this store?
Oh, you're thinking, no, it's not a family thing. I took the name of the store when I found this place a couple years ago. Truth is, I don't
Found?
even remember much before that. Woke up here with a headache a couple years ago with the shop already set up. People came in and started trading. I didn't complain. It just became a job.
Who are your usual customers?
The swamp folk mostly. I guess they don't bother me none because I was born here. They mostly trade meat and fruit, never any cash or goods. Them mercs are good for some trade in real hardware. So if you need ammo or anything like that, I can help you out.
Okay, well, you basically answered the question of where the stock comes from then.
Sure thing. Are you here to buy something?
Yeah, let's see what you
Look
have for
around.
sale.
It's all here.
Picked up another outfit to have a peek at. It's not bad. Probably isn't gonna make it to the list though. Anything else to see around here? Oh, well, it is a bed we could sleep at. I'm glad he doesn't mind. Although, I don't think I'll be falling asleep here.
New
Is
people
this
mean new
a
business. So
workbench? Oh, this is an interesting way of doing this.
I'm always happy to see y'all.
Okay, so this is definitely not a maxed out handmade rifle, which is unfortunate. Okay, let's see what this can do. Now, I won't be able to make any of the modifications here, but wow. So I calibrated as both calibrated and more damage. So yeah, this thing, it weighs a lot. Let's see whether or not. Okay, long ported weighs the same, but with greater range. Well,
New people mean new business. So I'm always happy to see y'all.
that's very interesting, but yeah, probably no good. So we'll probably wind up putting the long ported barrel on it. What other stocks do we have? Okay, well, end all and be all, we'll
New
keep it,
people mean new business. So I'm always happy to see y'all.
but we'll wait until we're actually in a position to modify it before we go ahead and do that. So it seems the stuff I've been picking up is actually fairly valuable. I was only able to drop about 10 pounds at that guy's shack, and it hits me that automatic musket didn't actually show up. It's possible it might not be modifiable.
The fates have told me that I have something you need. It is upon you to select well.
So I sold that automatic laser musket, as we saw at the workbench. It's not actually moddable. So if that's all it's going to be, it's 11 pounds, and interesting or not, uh, it's got to go. I also sold the handmade assault rifle I was carrying. It's not going to do enough damage. If the Overseer's Guardian is doing as little damage as it is, then that thing's going to be barely plinking on them. But I did notice while I was there, and I never noticed this before, you look at the energy damage that my freezing combat rifle is doing. That's huge. This thing's actually, on paper at least, doing more damage than the Overseer's Guardian. Still isn't handling very well. It'd be nice if I could find a replacement for it that actually would be a replacement for it. A lot of that is energy damage, and it just doesn't seem that energy damage really packs the punch that we'd like it to. But that's still quite something. Definitely going to keep that two-shot sniper rifle. That is going to replace my lever action rifle, despite the fact it weighs about 10 more. Although, you know what? Let's hit the wrong hit the wrong button here. Um, I thought it would be my fifth hotkey, but no, I never actually set that hotkey. So so that was still Psychojet. Let's see how many. Ooh, 3 shots in VATS. Well, let's see what it does. Well, that's pretty much what we expected. I did see a legendary in there, so let's go put 2 on your head. There we go. Really? We're out of ammo for this already? You took that? Well, as long as we're continuing our legendary. Okay, I'm hearing skittering. Well, it's probably a physics object of some sort. That is pretty garbage, but value's there, so we'll pick it up. I did manage to clean out all the caps I was carrying while I was there, while I was shopping, so hopefully I'm getting my maximum strength bonus again. I am not seeing anything before I'm getting shot here. Just tapping them. No damage at all. Some real RPG mechanics here. Well, just standing, seeing whose numbers work out better. The answer was mine. Mine were better. If he doesn't have a star next to his name, I'm not going to spend 5 minutes looking for the body. I think this time I'll use a Psychojet on purpose. A couple episodes I was commenting that you don't get bullet sponginess in Fallout 4. Well, yeah, sure do here. That whiskey becomes grape mentats, but you know, grape mentats are really not. I could have sworn I saw something move around that corner. great mentats are just not the necessary thing they once were, so I guess I don't really need to be grabbing a lot of it. And I don't think I'll be bothering with the punga fruit.
You hear something?
That sneak attack critical sure makes a difference. Hi. Ooh, ooh. Of all the places to get those spikes, I suppose there's one worse place, but I mean that was a close and unhappy second. Oh, this will be
Don't tell Evelyn. The password? Buttercup. Why?
that'll be one of those passwords to open up a safety deposit box. And it looks like that's the sum total of what we're... Oh. Okay, that's fission battery, mini nuke, fishing pole. I was kind of hoping for clothes. We are absolutely clothes shopping today. Pity that none of these stores are selling 45. Be a great way to get rid of my caps for an ammo that I'm actually using. Let's punch some bugs. What do we have here? Stimpaks, I mean, we'll take all of that. We'll leave these, though. Before we go in there, though, let's have a look at what we will be doing next. It's funny when you focus on one area of the the special chart so heavily, you don't even realize that you haven't even taken the first rank of better critical. So we should really get that moving up. And let's get headed on into the bog entrance to look for the mother punga thingamajig. I am loving the almost non-existent load times in here. Probably still chop it down. I know I've been a heck of a lot more thorough with my editing than I was when I started doing this. The initial couple of episodes were perhaps 4 hours worth of editing. Now I'm spending 10, sometimes more, editing one of these downs. I think they're better for it, but it's certainly taken a lot longer than it used to. And you can't go back to doing I was about to call it lazy edits. They really weren't lazy. Still spending 5 hours in editing is what the hell is this thing? It was still a lot, but it's nothing like the amount of time I'm dropping on it now. Gotta think it's worth it though. Every little bit of extra time you spend on these things winds up being a little bit better, and well, that's the whole purpose of doing it, right? It's an interesting distinction that the Mirelurk clutches don't pop into baby Mirelurks now. They just provide meat. I think I heard something skittering to my left as well. That was a nice blind that I managed to find myself in. It's a pity that the game doesn't actually count it as a blind. Ooh. I gotta start aiming for face shots on these things, because that critical, that did not pay off. As much as it would be nice to grab... Well, I have been grabbing all the Mirelurk meat. I think I have to actually start leaving it behind. Mirelurk makes for good food, but it's really the eggs that are the genuinely valuable stuff. Allows me to make Mirelurk omelets. The soft shell stuff doesn't seem to do much at all. Ooh, do you have clothes I might use? That looks different than the one I looked at earlier. It's good to know that someone's been through here to keep the torches going. A lovely video game trope of all the torches always being lit in an area that, well, I guess there's no real way to know how long these have been hanging here. They could have been hanging here for years. Maybe not years. But certainly a while. What have I missed? I've gone a wrong direction here somewhere. Am I supposed to go up this? Skyrim our Skyrim horse our way up the side of that. Okay, he got me good. He may not have hurt me, but that one definitely spooked me. You know, it is a pity that that new sniper rifle can't take 50, but there is an upside in that instead of carrying 3 types of ammo, I can have the Guardian running 308 and the sniper running 308. So I won't have to be paying attention to 3 different types of ammo. Not a huge deal. I'm supposed to, what, touch that thing? Looks like a gigantic spider face. Well, let's hit the button. So we went invisible? Okay, so we just leave the way we came in, I guess?
Come on now. No giving up just yet.
Or maybe giant bobblehead? Exactly how stupid are you? I guess the bobbleheads will lead us out.
You might experience just the slightest hint of unease, but I'm sure that wherever you are, you're not feeling a thing.
One situation you won't be able to fight your way out of. So,
What a messy, messy mind you've got here. I'll see if I can't tidy it up for you.
I'm not going to comment yet about what's actually going on here. We'll let it play out. Instead, point out that this is... Okay, so... Am I actually going to have to fight things here? Anyway, so... Trying to remake this in the
You're
Fallout
doing
4
well.
engine
What
without...
about me? Most initiates never make it this far, you know.
without having the actual Bethesda team behind them. This must have taken a lot of work. Even this, like, I can't imagine. Would you
And after a rough
write?
time happening, let Daddy patch everything up for you.
You'd probably have to write each one of these links as a prop to spawn as you walk along them. Well, this is an interesting addition. This is definitely not in the Fallout 3 version. They've added this to, ouch! Although that's kind of exactly what happened. They've added that because we're playing this in Fallout 4. The Megaton bomb from the Fallout 3 settlement,
Congratulations,
Megaton.
my dear. You're gonna pull through and everything will be right as rain.
I recognize that voice. While I'm not ecstatic to have somehow misplaced my hair, I gotta say, I look pretty badass in this in this costume with no hair. Most likely, if we're gonna come across anything, it'll probably be on a linear line between where we just came from and the map marker. Generally, when you put things on your map, you want people to actually see them. You go to your way to like hide maybe a couple things, but important stuff you're going to put in places that people are going to come across it. And the best way to do that is put it directly between two map markers. And speaking of which, it looks like we haven't been to this house yet. It looks like getting directly involved with these guys is not the right way of doing it. Definitely need to be focusing on those sneak attack criticals. Well, stealth boy is valuable. And we have another map marker just over here. Let's see if we can get lucky with some headshots. No sneak attack criticals on them, so... Ooh, you see that scar I've got? You took that like a champ. That's kind of fun. Not gonna use it, but it's kind of fun. Oh, I was kind of hoping to back out without spooking them. Well, if he's willing to come at me with a melee weapon, let's oblige them. That is almost non-existent. That's not percent, that's just 5 bonus damage. You know what? Let's see what, oh, I can't take their clothes. Hunter's leather, no. It always feels like I have less ammo than I do. I mean, I can see how much I literally have, but... Frog? But, 250 rounds doesn't sound like a lot. 300 rounds doesn't sound like a lot, but... They do wind up going further than you'd think. Although those 250 rounds are for my automatic, and, an automatic, they're probably not going to last very long. This is familiar. Oh, these are the frogs. Well, let's blast one, see what happens. 70 XP, well, sure. They're not gonna fight back. Do my part for the local wildlife. Alright, so, you guys, you sent me to go get some sort of crazy operation done on my head in order to get in. I guess that says a lot about me that you managed to sucker me into it. But here we are.
You are welcome to our tribe.
Well, thank you. Hi, Sheffield.
Truly, the Mother Punga has bestowed her wisdom upon you.
Uh-huh. Wow, they really outdid themselves with this. This has been, this was a lot different in Fallout 3. I like it though. It's smaller, but denser. I know that name.
Hey, guess we never got a formal introduction, huh?
We never got
Name's
any
Nadine.
introduction.
I know you're not from around here. So, what brought you out here? You looking for fortune or running from your troubles?
I'm looking for my hair. Your mother asked me to find you.
Look, it's not that I don't want to go home or anything. I mean, I love my ma, even if she does make me want to claw out my eyes sometimes.
That's kind of her job.
It's just... I came out here to find a fortune, to make my mark, to be able to bring home something with me when I do come back. If you see my mom again, let her know I'll be coming back eventually. Just not quite yet.
Who cut open my head? Of all the questions to find myself asking.
It's all a little fuzzy for me, but I've got a hunch. I'm gonna go do some snooping, see what I can figure out. Meet me by the riverboat in a day or so, and maybe I'll have something for you.
Why did you attack the mansion?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. That was all Jackson's crazy idea. I knew better than to volunteer for that suicide mission. Last time I wandered too close to that mansion, some old ghoul sicked his dogs on me. Screw that.
Who leads this place?
I guess you mean Jackson. He speaks the word of enlightenment at us, but he ain't fit to lead a song, much less this bunch of morons. I've been meaning to talk to him about this place, but he's off doing his meditation thing.
Tell me about yourself.
What is this, a date? You start making a move, and it's stabbing time.
So, I don't think I want someone from the Church of the Lobotomy to be, mucking with my head any further than it already has been. I think I'll figure out, my own solution to the scar.
Hey, before you go, if you ever want to get rid of that scar on your head, just come and see me, okay?
We'll see about that. Any more, glowing fungus around here?
Truly, the Mother Punga has bestowed her wisdom upon you, and your mind has been expanded.
I don't appreciate you calling it that. Why does my head hurt so much? We know why. Is the ritual complete?
For a time, we feared your mind had journeyed too far from your body, and you had departed our world. But you return to us again, at long last. Yea, though your body will bear the scars of the ritual, your soul shall be forever strengthened by the experience. You are now welcomed in our cathedral. Enter, enlightened sister.
I'm pretty sure this is going to wind up with me killing you. While well, we'll definitely continue with that mission. There is something else that was mentioned to us in this area. Oh. I suppose I should have seen that coming. Anyway, there was something else out in this area that I was directed to. So let's go ahead and see what the grotto, as named, has in store for us. Am I jumping down a cliff? It looks like I'm jumping down a cliff. Have I missed it? I hope I didn't miss it. Oh, there it is. Ooh. Always stop for glowing fungus. Lots of glowing fungus. Still haven't figured out what that brain fungus is for. Although, now that we've been here, we might have a guess as to where it's coming from. I'm surprised I appear to be the only person in the Commonwealth who knows the benefits of glowing fungus. This is presumably a prison cell that I'm just wandering into, but where there's glowing fungus. Yeah, I could pick up all those caps, but I would just wind up having to drop a bunch of other stuff that I accidentally pick up along the way. Ooh, I like your suit.
Welcome! Welcome to my extraordinary safari. Shall we get you registered? Only the finest bit of sport you've ever enjoyed. Once we review the rules and see to a nominal 1,000 caps registration fee.
Whoops.
Of course.
Yeah, I don't have 1,000 caps.
I found that price keeps the riffraff out. You aren't riffraff now, are you?
Are you a store? Basic idea?
The participants, that's you, assemble in the arena. Once you've made your preparations, signal me with the button inside to begin the hunt. I'll remotely release groups of ferals, against which you must defend yourself. Don't worry, I'll make sure there aren't too many loose at one time. You're in for quite a treat, if I do say so myself.
Bit short on caps.
Perhaps you're in the wrong place? Do come back when you have the means.
Well, it's a pity he's not a store, because I definitely have, 1,000 caps worth of stuff. But we'll have to go to the store and pick up 1,000 caps. So the map marker for the mission takes me back to the boat that I got here on. Figure on the way though, I will stop by the mansion, see if what's his name has anything to say about what I've learned. It's literally on the way. I mean, we can see it in front of us. I'm wondering whether or not the stores actually have 1,000 caps on them. One way or another, I'll find a way to scrounge up 1,000 caps. I'm sure that the missions will provide in one way or another. They wouldn't have put tugboat here by accident, so have a peek. Osmandius. Gotta be something. Oh, 45 rounds. Well, let's have a peek. Is that all I'm gonna find down here? Oh, we have a door here. Inaccessible. Alright, well, I'm not immediately seeing anything else, so presumably I'll be finding myself here at a later point. You know what? Despite the fact the mansion is right there, what I think I might do is just find out what there is to be had at the ferry dock, see whether or not I save myself a load zone. But I do see targets here. What I will do is... No, I don't see any legendaries, so I'm not going to bother with them. So let's head back into town, see what that map marker is. Oh, and while we're at it, I checked between days, and the locker I missed for the Velvet Curtain is actually just available on the Pip-Boy. It's down here. It's not a safety deposit box of any sort. So where are we? These lockers, advanced, locker key. Okay, spy audio password.
Go to the bank and use password Xin Tianweng. The software is configured to recognize only our voices.
That's not suspicious. No one in the bank who's looking for a Chinese spy is going to think anything of that password. Although I suppose they don't actually sit outside while people are putting in their passwords.
Looks like another newbie in the tribe. And still able to string together whole sentences. Ain't you the lucky one?
I don't know if I'd go so far as to say she isn't crazy yet.
You still remember your name? Math? How's your memory? When I came back, there were bits in my memory where all I could recall was a white light and a jumble of voices. Crazy, huh? But you're not drooling, so you're doing okay. The rest weren't so lucky when they got their heads cut open.
Well, she's already let on that this is a lobotomy case, so, well, I don't like either of these. Oh, I'll go crazy soon enough.
That's gotta be the sanest thing I've heard all day. Of course, around here that's not saying a whole lot. Ritual hit most of them pretty hard. Oh, guess you don't know. For the last part of the ritual, after you pass out, this guy brings you back, cuts open your skull, and frees your mind. As in, he rips out a bit of your brain. It's supposed to be the part that holds you back, but that doesn't always work out so good. Anyway, you look like a lively one. So, welcome to the tribe. My name's Nadine.
Where can I find Jackson? Well, we've already figured that one out.
Off at his magical thinking cave, I guess.
Oh, it wasn't Jackson we were
We're
talking
not allowed to know where it is. He says we're not enlightened enough to understand. I swear, that stuff pisses me off so much. I thought joining would be all drugs and magic. But it's just the same crap as everywhere else. Guess that's why I trailed Jackson to his stupid mystery cave.
Where is it?
Sure. Fine. Why not? I'm planning on ditching this place anyway. If you're about to cause trouble with Jackson, all the more reason. His cave's under the cathedral, but it's hard to find. Use this key to get in through a wrecked ship down at the sea cliffs to the east. When you find that old idiot, tell him thanks for all the punga I could steal.
Yeah, this has kind of happened out of order. We'll pretend that it didn't. We'll pretend that we didn't meet her down here. While we're here, though, let's go ahead and try out those two passwords. The one that we just got in the locker and the one that we picked up in a shack somewhere, I think it was. Oh, and while we're here, let's also try to build up a bit of caps. Because we would like to, you know, if we have a place to spend them, I don't mind carrying them.
Told me that I have something you need. It is upon you to select well.
Bit of massively inefficient spending there. But that's kind of the norm when you're trying to keep yourself at 0 caps, and then you suddenly no longer want to keep yourself at 0 caps. Speaking of caps, though, I'd be surprised if I didn't leave here with some caps that I wasn't expecting to have.
Go to the bank and use password Xin Tianweng. The software is configured to recognize only our voices.
Okay, I'll watch that or listen to that in a moment.
Don't tell Evelyn. The password? Buttercup. Why?
Processing. Voice ID confirmed. Access granted.
Oh, you know we're taking that. And we will listen to that once we get outside.
Agent Zhang, as you know, an important Chinese surveillance vessel was lost in American waters. Your mission is to destroy derelict submarine SS-9371A before the Americans can recover and analyze it. The recovery location is included in this dossier, and your cover ensures that the Americans will allow you access to their recovery operation. However, you will need an authorization code to trigger the self-destruct sequence. One of our field operatives in your area, Agent Yang, has these codes hidden in a dental capsule, but her current whereabouts are unknown. Locate and rendezvous with Agent Yang, then destroy the submarine. Report to your safe house for extraction information when the mission is complete. The will of the people protect you, Agent Jiang.
So I'm guessing the other agent was at the internment camp that we spent the night at. Are you down here? Yeah, you're down here. Hopefully at the end of this I wind up with this suit.
You infiltrated his tribals yet?
Yeah. Yeah, I did. Found out where the leader is hiding.
And you didn't go track him down and grill him for information?
That's not what you asked me to
Not your
do.
daddy. Don't waste your time checking in. Go find him and figure out what he wants with his place, you moron. Back to business.
So sorry that I didn't assume that when I found him, the first thing you wanted me to do is to kill him.
Grill him for information.
I don't recall specifically whether or not he actually asked me to end the guy. I don't think it's unreasonable to assume that he'd want me to check in before offing the leader of the tribals, but, you know, he did. So I took a peek at the map marker, and it's not that boat. It's very clear, you know. There's a wreck that you have to go find. It's just off the east coast. It's not that one. Apparently there's another one. So after trekking all the way down to the docks and back, I'm back at the cemetery looking for a wreck on the side of the mountain. Let's not go down until we can actually see it, lest I drop past it. Okay, looks like that's it down there. Hopefully, I'm not going to get myself killed trying to walk down the side of this rock face. Nope, I'm just fine. Where did I get that key again? Did Nadine give me the key? Where did she get it? Oh. Oh, come on. Are the Mirelurks going to join me up here? No, they're just going to sink to the bottom. Well, if they come to me, I'll deal with them, but otherwise, let's see where this is going to take us. I'm going to be able to make all the refreshing beverages I want after this.
Soon, your sacred land shall be cleared of all obstacles. No longer shall its mystical powers be diminished.
At last, yes! Desmond will die, and our long struggle will finally end the only way it could have, with me as the victor.
Yes, and you will be able to spread your knowledge across the astral plane for all those wise enough to accept it.
No, not astral knowledge, you simpleton. Psychic domination, and that still won't be possible until you destroy Desmond's jamming device.
No need to worry, Enlightened One. We shall reconsecrate the mansion and remove the impurities disrupting your perfect guidance.
Yes, fine. Go destroy the house and its impurities. Just stop that jammer, and I'll be free of you morons once and for all.
Yes, we shall be free of all limitations. Thank you, Master. We shall be the instrument of your mighty reel.
Hey there.
Hello? You are a fellow seeker of the higher planes, perhaps. What brings you here?
I don't know, but my my punching finger is getting really itchy right now.
I may be the man who leads our physical affairs, but I cannot claim true wisdom.
You don't say.
I take my orders from a higher master, whether it be how to explore higher planes or the decision to remove the disruptive ghoul. All wisdom comes from the transcendent master.
May I meet him?
It is very rare that others are permitted to commune with the master. Many are too foolish to understand the great truths of his higher mind.
Yeah, well, whose fault is that?
But I sense in you great potential. Perhaps you have what is needed to accept his teachings and grow from his wisdom. He manifests here, high on a ledge in the great sea cave's well. Seek him out, and all shall be revealed.
You mean literally right in front of you?
So, you're the mouse that was scurrying around here. Not much to look at, but at least you're not drooling all over yourself. I can work with that. Now then, perhaps you can be more useful than that simpering spiritualist and his tribe of idiots.
What are you using them for?
At the moment, they've been no use at all, but I have very few options. They can't even seem to remove a single ghoul from a house.
He's a pretty persistent ghoul. Tell me more.
Excellent. I cannot tell you how satisfying it is to find a suitable assistant after all these years. Now, the ghoul is a pain and may require disposal, but Desmond is only of second importance. The real target is a device in his possession. He has a jammer which limits my projection range to this pathetic cave. Remove that, and I can extend my reach so much further.
Why would I want that? Did you tell them to attack the mansion?
Of course I did, but that moron thought it was one of his adult visions. The real goal was to destroy the ghoul's jamming device. Honestly, those fools aren't worth the meat they're made of. A minion that can't follow directions is no use at all.
What do you know about Desmond?
Desmond. That bag of bones and bile will pay dearly for his trespasses. Were it not for his interference, I would still have a body. Still, its absence has only honed my brilliance, so perhaps I owe him my thanks. An appreciation I'll show in the form of a quick and messy death. Ha ha ha!
I'll go ahead and back away slowly.
Yes, away with you!
Am I gonna hurt myself dropping down? Well, who cares? So first things first, we have a level up. And as much as it's certainly pragmatic to spread the points around, but if I'm going to be leveling up criticals, the first thing I got to be doing is making criticals more powerful. It would appear my no ambient lighting settings here in Point Lookout work about the same as they did in Nuka World. So while it's still plenty dark, I don't need to travel based on my Pip-Boy light. But it is still night, so let's get back to Desmond's house because I'm pretty sure there were a couple of beds there, and we might as well avail ourselves of them. These followed 3 DLC maps were just the right size. Big enough that it takes a moment to travel, but not so big that it takes a while, just big enough for the stories they had within them. So we could finish chatting with Desmond tonight, but I think we can leave that for the morning. We've discovered that a holographic brain is behind, well, whatever it is that's going on here. And we found out that we need 1,000 caps to shoot a bunch of ghouls. So here's hoping that we can find some more caps tomorrow. But until then, I can't sleep here. God damn it. Well, if I can't sleep here, I still might as well talk to Desmond.
I knew it. I knew that little bastard was behind all this. After all these years, he stuck his head out, and this is my chance to cut it off. Figuratively speaking, of course.
Who's this brain thing anyway?
Him. I should have known. My old rival. So close to his family home. Only he would be so stupid. There was once a man, Professor Calvert. The Calverts owned half of Maryland, back when there was a Maryland to own. Members of the Calvert family were influential all over the world. They practically owned a deed to the U.S. government. In their best days, there were no less than 3 Calvert family senators, 7 members of the House, and 2 governors.
Uh-huh.
They even had a top candidate for president, until that scandal with the dog forced him to drop out of the race. I was particularly proud of that one.
Okay, so what's next?
Of course, I fucking want you to do something else. You don't expect me to trot around this mud hole myself.
Well, that's what you've been doing. Right. You're mean. We get it.
Oh, goddamn right I am. Now, let's get on with the work, shall we?
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
So, those half-wits are getting messages from the professor, right? So, he's off somewhere broadcasting to them. But without those buggers to do things for him, he can't do much for himself. So, we cut off his ability to talk to them, and he'll need to try harder. Maybe then I can find that squishy little worm and finish him off for good.
What's your plan?
If I know Professor Calvert, and I do, he's using a high-frequency cognitive sign broadcast. I have the perfect device to jam up his little talk box. All you need to do is take it to the highest point on the shore and install it. Easy, right?
Big wheel down by the docks?
Right. Attach it to the bottom car, then turn it on and spin the jammer to the top. No fucking problem. I'll watch from here and turn it on. Then we'll see where our little professor is. Now go.
Okay, well, I guess we're heading down that direction anyway to find a bed. I suppose it means I'm gonna have to burn my clothes when I leave here, but looks like we're sleeping at the Lice Motel. So after getting a lobotomy and finding out that everything is the fault of another brain, this DLC really seems to like its brains, looks like I'm up for the least pleasant sleep I've had yet. But I will see you tomorrow.